YouTubers, welcome back to Bikini Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to hit like, hit subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Today I've got a few interesting stories, but we're going to kick off with a bit of a different one. Wellness. As we know, wellness is a relatively new division in the IFBB, and must I say, I absolutely love it. It's the first year we'll see it at Olympia, which is super exciting times again. And we know from that it will really set the standard for the following year, so 2022, to see what they reward. As we know, the competitors have absolutely phenomenal physiques. Like, every time I look at images of them, I am blown away. Like, I am shocked to the core, because their muscle development, it just keeps going and going. But with them, their physiques are still so aesthetic. They're like perfect, so symmetrical. I love it. And I am not an expert whatsoever when it comes to wellness. I am just a fan, and a new fan at that. So I know next to nothing. I know a little bit about bikini, but I know nothing about wellness. But hey, I really want to learn more, because I just think their physiques are off the chart. There is something else. My eyes just keep getting drawn to it, and I can't look away. Honestly, they are insane. And thinking about the division even more, I see so many similarities between wellness and men's classic physique. You know, historically speaking, the men's division faced criticism for favouring the shorter guy, the shorter competitor, and they kind of said goodbye to aesthetics. It was out the window. They were coming in with big waists, big guts. It wasn't aesthetically pleasing. And then they revisited, and men's classic physique came around, and they were taller. They really sculpted the body. They focused on that V taper, that tiny waist, and it was really, really aesthetic. And guys like Arnold were big advocates of this, because it is like the Arnold golden era. And you know, look how successful it has been. The likes of Chris Bumstead, it has really gone through the roof. And I liken this to wellness, because some females put on more weight in the lower half, and that's okay. And this gives them an outlet to do so, and do so in a really beautiful way, an aesthetic way. So you look on the screen, look how amazing she looks, and that just really demonstrates this point. The reason I love wellness compared to bikini is the fact that they don't have these restrictions in place. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the bikini division. I always have, I always will. But they do have restrictions. When you look at their muscle mass, they cap out. There's only a certain amount of muscle they can put on until the judges say, no, no more. You're looking a bit too big. You need to cut it down. And we have seen that this year. Also with conditioning, they don't like them coming in too shredded, too cut. They say come in softer. So there are restrictions in that respect. But then you look at wellness. They can grow these insanely big legs, and they look incredible. There's no capping out on that. But then they can grow slightly bigger upper bodies too, to balance out that look. And then they have these super symmetrical abs, and they're coming in more conditioned. There's no limits in regards to that. But it's still super aesthetic. They're still super pleasing to look at. And that's why I'm just loving this division. And I think it's really healthy for the IFBB. Now, as I previously mentioned, this is the first time wellness will be at Olympia, which is so exciting. But that means it will truly set the tone for what the judges want with wellness, and what they'll want for the following year in 2022. And then I pose the question to you: what is too much muscle in regards to wellness, specifically in that lower body? Where do you think they will draw the line on the muscle mass? Where will they say, no, that's too much? Personally, for me, I love it. I don't think they should have any restraints with it, as long as they can maintain that small waist and the upper body doesn't get too insane. I think they should keep going and going. But that's just me, and I know everyone has different opinions, and that's why I want to open this dialogue and get you guys talking about it. Write down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's switch gears a moment and head back over to bikini. We know this weekend the Arnold UK is taking place, but it is not the only show. The Minneapolis Pro Bikini is also on. And why this show is so interesting is there's a few competitors who were originally going to compete at the Arnold UK, and they've switched and they're now competing at this show. So you would say that half of the UK Arnold is now competing at the Minneapolis Pro Bikini. And those names are Fernandez, Alessia and Francesca. So you probably know who they are. They're top competitors. They're super competitive. They're fantastic, bring great packages, and will be a great show. I personally cannot wait to see who takes it out. You may ask, why are they competing at this show and not at the Arnold UK? My guess would be due to travel. Alessia and Francesca are both qualified for the Olympia this year, and given that it is so close, it makes sense for them to stay in the US, compete at this show rather than flying back over to the UK, then flying back over to the USA for the Olympia, to stay put and wait out for the Olympia. So that would be my guess. Since it is such an impressive lineup, it's going to be juicy to see who comes in first place, second, third, what that ordering is going to look like. I would say on form, Francesca should take it out. She's been super active this year, competing in lots of shows. She's giving Ashley a run for her money in that respect. She's doing great. But Alessia will be hot on her heels. She is bringing in an incredible package. Even her coach, you can see up on the screen there, provided a check-in a couple of days ago, and he thinks she's bringing in her best look ever. By far, those are huge words, and I agree. She is looking absolutely insane. So I can't wait to see. And similarly, Ellie is a great competitor. I think she will place in the top 4, but let's see what happens. So just to recap on this show, I do predict that Francesca will come out on top in first place and Alessia will come in second place. And I do think Ellie will also place quite highly, be at third or fourth place. So it's going to be really interesting. They're all bringing in phenomenal physiques. And then we've got Olympia coming up. So I really cannot wait to see what happens there. And also watching the Arnold UK as well. So it's a really exciting weekend ahead for us all. Guys, thank you so much for listening in today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the content and the discussions that we have. Remember to leave comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of these topics. And just remember to hit like, hit subscribe if you're enjoying the content. It would really mean the world to me. Thank you. Over and out from Bikini Nation.